Oh, well, good morning, good afternoon, good wherever you are. Happy Valentine's Day, Paradigm Shifters. What a loving, loving community we have here. Let's take a deep breath in there. February 14th, 2023. And we woke up and we're breathing. We woke up and we're breathing, and it's all in our heart space, that beautiful organ of love. So, Paradigm Shifters, we are a growing global community dedicated to shift and uplift the planet. And boy, has there been a lot of shifting going on in the last week or so. So February's topic is on acceptance. And today you get me. I'm going to preach on acceptance. And then the rest of the speakers are going to, just take it from here with their experience, strength, and hope with acceptance. So let's take a deep breath in. I even have a PowerPoint for you today. I love it, special Valentine's PowerPoint. So breathe into this word, acceptance, whatever that means to you. So take a check this out. Isn't this cool? Oh, it's a heart on a beach. Let's bring our hands to our heart and just gaze at this beautiful, all the stones and rocks on the beach, where the heartbeat from the waves in and out, and all the beautiful creatures that live in the ocean, above the ocean, who are walking the sands, knowing that it's about acceptance and peace. So we're going to start off here with a quote from a book called Alcoholics Anonymous. This is on page 417. And so I'll read this to you and see what this says to you. It brings to you right here, right now on this Valentine's Day. Maybe you're feeling very emotional today. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're just wishing that it's tomorrow. Maybe you want some of those. For me, I want some of those chocolates in the grocery store, those great big chunks where people are buying it like, oh, that looks really good, And let's get into some acceptance today. So here's 417. Acceptance is the answer to all my problems. When I'm disturbed, it's because I find some person, place, or thing or situation, some fact of life unacceptable to me. And I can find no serenity until I accept that person, place, thing, or situation as being exactly the way it's supposed to be at this moment. Tall order. Nothing, absolutely nothing happens in God's world by mistake. Until I could accept my defects of character, my alcoholism, my overeating, my whatever, until I could accept that, I couldn't stay sober or serene unless I accept life completely on life's terms. I cannot be happy. The change is not so much on what needs to be changed in the world as on what needs to be changed in me and my attitudes. So I have a little story about this. A couple weeks ago, ice storm. The trees in Texas, this is a giant oak, and that whole limb burst off. And all over, I love to walk the parks. If you know me, I'm in the parks, I'm on the water. And going in now, things are down. And I had this feeling like I did not want to go near there. I did not want to feel. And yesterday I decided to go to another park by an elementary school. And I thought, just feel it, feel it. So I drove by and there were kids swinging on the swing. And it just brought me into new life. And then I went into the park and there's one of the trees that I saw and the rest of the branches down there. And there was workers there. It's going to take them quite a while. And I thought, wow, I'm really actually feeling what a concept. I'm not running away. And when I was able to do that, I looked at the ground under the tree and I saw this. I'm like, oh, looks like some kids have been here. Looks like some kids have been drew a heart right under that tree. Let's take a deep breath in there. And I love the children and what they'll do with the sticks. And it gave me an idea of perhaps I could feel in my heart space and let it break open a little bit. Break it open to love and acceptance. Then I decided, oh my God, as the day went on, I remember going to Colorado where trees had burnt down and the creatives came in, the artists came in. And this is a tree stump that was burned. And look what the artists did. And I asked myself, oh my God, look what was living in that tree. And I thought, oh, I got to find those pictures. And I remember going through that park that one time had been burned down and noticed what I noticed. Notice the creative, notice the artists that were doing what they could with what they had, touching their creativity. And I asked myself, I wonder if I could do that. Oh, I wonder if I could whittle. I wonder what I could do. And I want to show you a couple other things. Check this out. And I'm thinking about the love that was inside that tree that someone transformed into a work of art. And I started to think, I wonder, what if there was a purpose for whatever happened to bring out the creative capacities in the world? That was yesterday. I love it. Okay, so I wanted to bring to you something called a daily inventory, and then we'll go back into the trees. So I found this too, that when I'm in that state of feeling hopeless, I can really take my anger out on other people. And then I found this. Listen, I'll send this to you. I have this out and stuff. And this was an inventory I started to do just yesterday. And it's daily questions. And I decided to ask myself in the beginning of the day and at the end of the day to keep myself in alignment with love's presence. The first one was I resentful, selfish, dishonest, or afraid? This is just between you and you. The second one, do I owe an apology? And boy, when I thought of, I sure did, because I was taking out my hurt and being very short-tempered. So, this is just like, I'm being honest with you guys. This really like got me. Did I keep something to myself which should be discussed with another person at once? Because when I'm in those feelings, if I could pick up the phone, say, hey, I'm feeling this way, I just need to get it out. Sometimes that's all I need to keep myself centered. Was I kind and loving toward all? Could I have done better? And I love this part. Was I thinking of myself most of the time? Or was I thinking of what I could do for others, of what I could pack into the stream of life? You see something here. I'll put this up there. Okay, here we go. And then at the end, write down anything else that should be included in the day's inventory. And I love that. That could be all of the good that you were doing, all of the things where you knew you were on track with love, where you knew you were in acceptance of yourself as a human being. So this is kind of like, I decided I'm on day 2 of it, and well, to be continued. I decided that this is going to be a practice in acceptance. Hey, I could say, yes, I'm human. In other words, not do anything about it. Go back and clean up my side of the street. Just saying. Okay. And then I wanted to bring to you a brave thinking tool that I've been using, or I want to use more, about advanced decision making. So when I do my inventory, I can make an advanced decision for the next day. And that means making empowered decision in advance in a space of the energy and love. In other words, I advance my decision for tomorrow that I will, as much as possible, come from that space of love. And when I do that, that's self-care. And when I'm in good self-care, people around me can feel okay, especially on today. Okay, so let's see. And so here's what we're going to do for the month of February. If you want to, we're going to bring to mind something that's really a challenge to accept. And I think that we all have those. Sometimes it's a challenge to accept that I am getting older, or that I just don't feel good today. And so using this tool of advanced decision making, we're going to feel the feelings. That's really important. Take a deep breath, feel those feelings, and then decide at some point to find the empowering story in it all. And it doesn't mean that you have to decide right away to find the empowering story. It's important to feel the disempowering story first. And then as the day goes, or as the week goes, there is always a seed of good in it all. So check this out. This is a branch from Unity of Wimberley, that the trees where my dogs are buried under, it fell. And I was not in a really good space, but I decided to bring part of the tree back home with me. And yet I thought, I wonder if I could find what is inside there that speaks to me. I haven't figured it out yet, but I decided to make it a piece on my table. And so this is all to be continued. This whole month's on acceptance. Okay, to be continued. So let me come back here. And what I would love to, we do have Carol Fittner on here, and I would love to, if you feel like you want to come on and talk about this word, would you do that, Carol? I think.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to put you on speakers. It's all yours. So tell us what you know about acceptance, or anything that's coming up for you right now.
Well, what's been coming up for me lately is that I'm not accepting myself. And it's not, I don't think it's because I don't think that I'm worthy. I allowed myself to just lose myself for so long that I haven't really found out who I really am. And a part of that was, as a child, my perception of my mother was was such that I just thought that she was kind of lazy. And I don't know. I wasn't very accepting of her for different reasons. And so I thought I'd put that all aside. And in looking for who I am, I realized that I have to go back to that state and work through that on my own so that it's not about her, it's about me. So I'm willing, and it's been uncomfortable lately, quite a bit uncomfortable, really. And that's okay. I just wasn't allowing myself and accepting myself for where I am at this time and letting myself be okay with that.
Oh, I love it. And don't I love the fact too that when we pull out a word or a feeling for the whole month, acceptance, it brings up all of that to be released and healed.
Yeah. And what it reminded me of, I was laying in bed the other day and I tried to find it in the Bible, and I couldn't. I don't know where it is, but um, it reminded me of something that it says in the Bible about you'll become like little children. And I thought, that really is true, because if up until the time that we're like 7, we're just little sponges picking up everything, then it takes us all this time through life to let go of the projections and the perceptions and everything, and become like little children again, where we're just love.
Wow.
That can be quite a trip. But the acceptance, I think, for me, always comes down to acceptance of myself and letting myself be whoever I'm meant to be and be okay with that.
Amen. Amen. Wow. Wow. To be continued.
To be continued.
Thanks so much for coming in here, Carol. So let's right now take a deep breath in and put a wave of love and acceptance around the entire globe.
Yes.
And the other event that happened this last week was the earthquake in Turkey and Syria, where all of a sudden there's 33,000 people are no longer here on the planet, and the earth has shifted. And it's so easy for me to say, it's not me, it's the other side of the thing, it's not me. And then if I believe this feeling of oneness, where am I feeling compassion? So then it's brought us to Valentine's Day. So let's take a wave of energy. In Paradigm Shifters, we have like so many countries represented here, so many different events and situations happening all over the globe right now. And on this beautiful day of love and acceptance, let's take a moment to take a deep breath in and send our energy around the entire planet, knowing that we're seeing you, we're hearing you, we're feeling you, and we are all one. Amen. Thanks so much for being here. Yes, as we continue this month on love and acceptance. Amen.
Amen.
Wow.